In this video, I'm going to quickly show you how we do spelling in our home. We use this book, Succeeding at Reading, which I have already shared in a previous video. This is designed for children with kind of learning difficulties in spelling and specifically dyslexia, which our son, who is 10 years old, he has dyslexia. So I'm going to show you how I use this book with him. So we use Succeeding at Reading, and then all we add is just this composition notebook, and we do different, spelling lists and dictation sentences and things like that, basically every single day. At the beginning of this school year, we started right at lesson 1 with the short A sound, and he does struggle with the A, and E, sound. He struggles with those two because of his dyslexia. He also struggles with his handwriting. So sometimes he will write letters facing the wrong direction and things like that. So we're working hard on spelling, getting those sounds, perfectly, and also handwriting. So just to show you here, so this is the very first day. This is back in August. So I had him write a Bible verse in here. And then we did the different words, and then I had him use stickers and also stamps. So you can use different ways for people who are like those bodily kinesthetic learners who really like to do things to learn. It really helps to allow them to use handwriting, to use stickers and stamps and things like that. So that's what we've done. But then we found as we kind of went through, he works better if he just did his own handwriting. So we kept going through the book, and as you can see, every day, I would include words from the previous day so that he would kind of reinforce the things that he learned or was working on or things like that. And I also always worked with him on his handwriting as well. So here, this is actually a good example. So he wrote these words beginning with capital letters, and so then I made sure to point out that they needed to be lowercase letters. So that is one of the things that he struggles with. And then sometimes I will do an oral spelling test with him where I will write out the words as I tell them to him, and then I will write down the way that he spelled the word, and then I will talk him through it. I won't actually have him write anything. This is just strictly oral spelling. But then on the next day, I will make sure I use these words in his next spelling test. So it isn't like we have 10 or 12 words every single week and we make sure he masters them by the end of the week. I just keep reincorporating the words that he struggled with every week as I add new words with new different sounds and things like that. As you can see, it starts out here with a short A and E, and then it moves on to lots of different things. Here's the other vowels. There's always sentence reviews, which I use these as dictation for him, and I will give him one of the sentences and he will just write it down. And then obviously things start getting a bit harder as we move through the book. And we're right about here around lesson 21 right now. I've added some of these lesson 22 words yesterday, but they were a little bit hard for him, so I went back here to this lesson today. So just kind of go back and forth as he needs it. So let me show you how we actually do this with him. So Gregory just opens up his composition notebook, he writes down the date, and we're ready to go. And then I just give him a word, and I say the word in a sentence, and he writes it down. Etch. Etch that into a piece of wood. Etch. Now, as you can see, sometimes it takes him a little bit longer to figure it out. Sometimes he just struggles with even writing the letters, and that's because he has dyslexia. So if you have a child without dyslexia, it will probably go very quickly for you to follow this format. You just go through all of the words, have them write them down, and then after that, you check over the words and let them know which ones were correct, which were not. And then I always have him write them at least 2 to 3 times each word. If we have issues with handwriting or capitalization and things like that, I will also have him write down those things. We also do our dictation sentence, and I usually have him go back and fix anything, whether that be a spelling word that's wrong, capitalization that's incorrect. If the punctuation is wrong, he will have to go back and write the whole sentence over again just to make sure he really solidifies those ideas in his head. So as soon as he writes that sentence down, I will remind him, I will say, check your capitalization and check your punctuation. And that's basically it. That is how I teach spelling to my children. I make sure I'm reinforcing the things that they struggle with and pushing them ahead whenever they are able. We don't follow any formal curriculum or any type of workbook. We literally just use this book, Succeeding at Reading, reading, which, like I said, I will have the video linked to up above and in the description box below so that you guys can get a copy for yourselves because it is incredibly affordable. And then we just use a really affordable composition notebook, or you can use a spiral notebook or whatever you want. Honestly, you could even do this on a dry erase board. So it just can be as simple as you need it to be. It doesn't require any extra effort or preparation. You just need to kind of know the words that they need to go over more than once and go from there. It's very, very simple. And this has worked really well for us this year. I've seen a huge improvement in his spelling. Rather than using a spelling workbook where they require you to do lots of other activities and writing and things like that, this is just a simple, straightforward way to teach spelling in your homeschool. If you enjoyed this video and if you would like to see more videos about how I teach different subjects in our homeschool, please let me know by clicking the like button and subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.